Hi guys, welcome back. So today I want us to look at poetry. So as we know, poetry is just a composition in verse form. So we're going to look at a small part of it, the paper 1 poetry. So when we're dealing with paper 1, we know that we're dealing with a poem that is about the oral part. How would you do this in a poem? And it's just about the things that we see as a poem, things that draw us to a poem, makes us love a poem. So I have a poem here, and it reads, "Why do you wear that dress so white? Why do you wear that veil so light? Why do your young eyes shine so bright? Is it your wedding? I wear dress and veil to show that gladly to my love I go. My young eyes shine because I know it is my wedding." So feel free to pause the video, write the poem, and let's get into the questions. So identify the rhyme scheme of the poem is the first question with 2 marks. Using illustrations, show how rhythm has been achieved, 4 marks. Would you use a rising or falling intonation in reading the line? Still has 3, 1 mark, give a reason. How would you, 2 marks with the reason. How would you say the last line of the second stanza? So let's start with number 1. How do you identify a rhyme scheme? So when identifying the rhyme scheme in a poem, we use the letters, the small letters. So identify words with similar sounds at the end. So we always look at the sound, do not look at the letter, because some end up looking at the letters and they get confused. So when identifying the rhyme scheme, we deal with the words that are at the end of each line. So in this poem, when you're reading white, light, and bright, they have the ite sound, hence making all the 3 rhymes, so we'll identify them with the A's. And then when you look at the last line of the first stanza, that is the wedding, sounds different, and that is why we use B. So when you go to the second stanza, we have show, go, no, and then wedding has been repeated again, so obviously it would take B. And because we used B, we now go to letter C, but because this one has been repeated, we repeat. So when writing it, do not leave spaces, and then you write it in small letters. So we have A, B, C, B. So that makes it a regular rhyme scheme, because assuming we were to have another stanza, we already know the trend. So if it's A and then we have a stagnant last line, C and then we have a stagnant last line, obviously we'll go to D and then we have another stagnant line. So to earn the full 2 marks, you need to identify the first part and also ensure that you have the correct identification of the second part, and those are the marking points. How do we achieve rhythm in poetry? So we have 4 marks here. So when we're talking about rhythm, we're talking about the beat in a poem. So when you listen to music, some music we're drawn to, we don't understand anything, but we love the beat of that poem. You can hear something like do, 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 do. You just love it. But obviously when you're not dealing with written poetry, we have no music. So how are you going to identify the beat in the poem? So we have 5 sound patterns. So we identify them through the sound patterns. So we have 5 sound patterns. We have alteration, that is the repetition of the initial consonant sounds in a line. For example, in words like but and bite, so the B sound, and they have to be on different words. If it's the same word, that is repetition. Assonance, repetition of the vowel sound. So we deal with the sound, so we're not dealing with letters. Some of us can get confused. So ensure that you have a vowel sound that is similar. Always confirm. Don't confuse the long and the short vowels. Don't confuse short vowels and diphthongs. Learn to identify them. Consonants, repetition of the consonant sounds either at the front, middle, or at the end of the words in a line. So consonants can be alteration, but alteration can never be consonants, because alteration is specific to the initial part, but consonants can come either. So you can identify alteration somewhere, but also if you identify the same point as consonants, you're still good to go. Rhyme, words that have similar sounds at the end when you're pronouncing them. For example, like whatever we read, go and show in the poem we're dealing with. And then repetition, obviously, is when we're now dealing with a word that has appeared in that poem more than once. But when you're dealing with repetition and show, you're dealing with words that are of content. You can't repeat you can't repeat he, because they are just articles and pronouns. They don't really stand for anything unless the he has been used purposefully for a reason. If you read a poem, you'd understand. So sometimes they're used for emphasis, but most of the time they're not the content words. So when you're dealing with the repetition, deal with the content words that are adjectives, adverbs, nouns, verbs. So that's the main content words. Okay, so therefore in the poem, rhythm has been achieved through rhyme, obviously. So we have light and bright, and then assonance. So we have my and I. So somebody would be wondering why? Why my when Y is a consonant? So like I said earlier, we're dealing with the sounds. The sounds. So when you read my, it has the I sound, that I sound. So that makes it a vowel. It's how it sounds. It's not the letter. So you be keen on that part. And then repetition. So any two with correct illustrations, always remember to illustrate your points. Without illustration, you won't earn the marks. So always remember to illustrate them. Question 3. Would you use a rising or falling intonation? And also note how the question has started and you give a reason for your answer. So the question has stated, would you? Therefore, when you're answering, you should start with I would. So that is just the proper way of answering questions, like a scholar should. So I would, the sentence says, why do your young eyes shine so bright? So it is a falling intonation because it's a WH question. So that one, you can let me know if you want me to review a lesson on intonation. So when dealing with the WH questions, that is where, why, how, you use the falling intonation. Next question, how would you say the last line of the second stanza? So it's 2 marks as well. So how would you say the last line of the second stanza? So the last line was, it is my wedding. So that is just a normal statement. You could be talking to your friend casually. So when you're just dealing with a statement, we use falling intonation. Apart from it being, it is also said with finality. So when you're saying something with finality, apart from it being at the end of the poem, we use a falling intonation. So if you want to show that you're very confident, always sound like you are sure of what you say by using a final tone. It kind of shows that you're authoritative. So it's a falling intonation because it's a statement. And for that, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. So thank you for watching and subscribe for more. If you'd wish to know any other thing, let me know in the comments.